It's been a busy year so far for S&D Trust engines. Since my last video, there's been a good deal of work on our tender overhaul, and our Peckett Kilmersdon has been having a bottom end overhaul ready for the 2026 season. Firstly though, we see the frames of the tender in the works at Ropley, which have now progressed to a stage whereby the new steel sections we purchased last year are now being fitted. The new steel angles which will support the tank have been fitted, and now in fact have been riveted onto the main frames. The last section at the front end will be added once the main dragbox has been renewed, which will form a large part of the work later this year, and will include new frame sections in this area. With the main frames having been cleaned down, they've had their first coat of primer, making them look a good deal better than they did. The spring hangers have been repaired and re-riveted onto the frames, and will now have the main bolt holes reamed through to ensure a precision fit. Meanwhile, our tender wheel sets have been to South Devon at Buckfastleigh and returned to Ropley, having had their tyres turned and journals polished. They will now be stored on site ready for fitting at a later date, hopefully not too far in the distant future. All of this work is of course being funded by the Trust, and an update on where we are in financial terms will be made later in the year. So far we have spent around £50,000 on the tender, and so any help members can do to assist in funding will be gratefully received by our Treasurer. Using the old worn-out sections of the rear drag box as a guide, the new fabricated steel sections are spot welded and ready to form a much stronger construction in this important area. The work on Kilmersdon in the late winter period involved the fitment of new bronze axle box crowns, which we purchased last year. These had to be machined to fit each of the 4 axle boxes, and also involved the machining of some horn guides, which were not aligned correctly. This is the sort of work that can only be completed in a proper works environment, with heavy lifting capacity, pit road, etc. It has been some years since Kilmersdon has been able to have this type of major work completed, and will make the engine fit for the next few years. Kilmersdon has already been on hire again to the Spa Valley Railway this year, and is about to join the Thomas events at the Watercress line, which was the reason for it to be hired to the railway back in 2023. More news to follow in the next video blog.